Welcome to the Workamajig API overview. While Workamajig is an all-inclusive end-to-end solution, we do realize that there are situations where an API integration becomes necessary for some of our clients, whether they be independently run creative agencies or a firm that reports to a holding company or an in-house marketing and communications department that has corporate compliance requirements regarding certain data points and where those need to reside. Within the system setup area of Workamajig, there are various connections that can be established, and there is an API overview within our internal API documentation link. And starting here with introduction, under topics, the introduction really speaks to how the Workamajig API was developed. It is designed to have resource-oriented URLs and to use HTTP response codes to indicate API errors. Also built in HTTP features like HTTP authentication and the supported HTTP verbs. Other walkthroughs under topics include authentication, how to establish access tokens. And there are a couple of videos over here to the far right. And followed by that is a getting started overview and restrictions. What are the thresholds, rate limits, calls per minute restrictions, the verb and status codes, verbs, and what they're used for. Get is to get a resource or list resources. And a resource is an endpoint. Post to create a resource, put to update a resource, and delete is self-explanatory, but we don't actually publicize and make this available in the majority of endpoints. And then there is a batch processing overview. This allows batch processing for multiple updates or adds within one request. Webhooks trigger events. When anything happens in Workamajig, we will then transmit an event to an external source. And here are the list of webhooks, or all the events rather, that we currently have webhooks for. Under modules is a list of all the endpoints. Within each endpoint, activities, for example, there will be a description of the resource, parameter fields for the get call, in this case, get only on this one field. And then also within the endpoint are a list of available fields and what is available within the endpoint, and all of these are put and post only. Now, as we go through the list of modules and endpoints, you can see that the list is very extensive. I do want to speak to the reports endpoint because it does function a little bit differently. So here we get to the end of the list, back up to reports. So instead of trying to customize the results of data from GET calls, our clients have the ability to build custom reports using one of the data sets in Workamajig internally. There they would specify fields to return and basically decide what data to get back for results. This endpoint allows clients to then access their custom reports through the API to return the sets of data that they need by pulling those reports out of Workamajig. Thank you for your inquiry and interest in this overview. Please let your account manager know if you have any questions or need further assistance.